Okay guys, so I don't even know how to start this really. I think when I made the little junk journal not too long ago and I gave one away, I had talked about maybe doing like a weekly thing where I would kind of mess with it, and I haven't gotten back to that because there have been so many other things and reviews and all that kind of stuff to do. But I think what I'm going to start is a thing called, I was trying to think what I can call it, and I was thinking Free Expression Friday. Is that silly? I don't know. You know what? To be honest, I don't think anyone's used that. Hopefully not, because I don't. I didn't look. I didn't shop this one around before I started, coming on here right now. So I think I'm gonna call it Free Expression Friday, and it's just to use stuff, just to do stuff and kind of get dirty and put in your junk journal, put it on a card front, put it on a mini album, whatever you want. So last night I was just kind of playing around with some stuff, and I thought, this came out pretty good. And I know it's hard to. Well, for me, I put this green paper in here. I thought, okay, the green paper's in here. I don't really know what to do with it, other than building something else on top of it. Obviously, that's what we're going to do with all these papers. But I meant, like, putting a topper onto this. And so I did this because remember the other day I had made this girl when I was kind of going over the Arteza brush pens. And I just put some washi, but the fun part of this is what's underneath here. It's just gesso that I colored. So today we're going to do that, but I was kind of looking at my papers, like where I want to do this. So I think I will do one on the green paper again, just to show you. This is Centura Pearl, and it's very slick, but, and I worked on it right in here. But you don't have to. You can, the reason I did the binder, or the binding clips, is that you can take your paper out. So I was going to go ahead and work on it inside the book just so you guys can see that you can still do this, but I do want to do a couple of different things. So I might have to take one of them out because the gesso takes forever to dry, and that's the other thing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this up. Hopefully I can, without having to just say, we'll come back. So I am going to use this Liquitex super heavy gesso that I've had for like years, I don't know, and we're going to color it. So this is just, white. I mean, it's just white gesso. And if I have any links to any of this stuff, it'll be in the description box. Again, there'll possibly be affiliate links, which means I will make a small commission if you use those links to buy any of the products. And then we're going to color them. And we're going to color them with whatever art crayons you have. So, the other day I showed you guys my distress crayons. I have another pack that I didn't bring out. I think I'm going to use these Vicky Button ones. That's what I used for the pink one. These will work the same way. The watercolor crayons, these are Recollections, I think, from Michaels. What I didn't notice about these is that they are sparkly. So I was like, well, that might be fun. But we're going to color it. You can use whatever you want to mix this stuff with. Let me see. Like, I have these palette knives, and honestly, these are from the dollar store. So I need to find my other one. The one I used last night, I like it better. Well, maybe, I don't know. I have an angled one. If you don't have anything like this, like anything hard, like even a gift card, like an old gift card, you can scrape with and use it as a tool. If I have one here, I'll try to pull one out so I can show you what I mean. And, I'm going to use some stencils and some other things. So real quick, on this one that I showed you, I just went with the stuff, and then I put this lady down here. Of course, you can't see hardly any of it behind her, right? Because that's the whole thing. I'm like, so now I got to do more and more. So that's what I'm going to be doing, much more. So let me see, where's my stencil? Oh, here it is. On this one, I'm going to start off before we apply the gesso. Hopefully it doesn't reactivate this, I'm hoping. I'm going to use my storytelling stencil, the Elizabeth Craft Design stencil. And I did check out some of this stuff before I came on here to see about links, and it's really not on sale right now anywhere. I guess it depends on when you see this, but I will have some links, and you guys can choose, like, obviously, you can always choose what you want to do or where you want to buy these things if you're interested. I don't know. Let me see. I have this sepia archival ink, and unfortunately sepia isn't a popular color right now anymore. Like, if you can find it, I found the re-inker. It was hard for me to find that, but I have so much of it, this huge thing, so I'm just going to use it, and hopefully this will work. And I'm just going to put this on here, and I guess I'm going to leave it the way it is. I'm not going to... Let's see if it even marks the paper. Again, I'm leaving it in here because if you had a bound journal, like the kind people make by hand, you're not going to be able to take this out, right? So I'm trying to show you. Also, if you do make it with the book rings, don't put the ribbons on until you're done with your book, and that's the other thing I've had issues with, because obviously the ribbons are there. If the ribbons weren't there, I could lay this completely flat. I'm just trying to see if it even is marking. Oh, it's very light. It's okay. Again, you guys know this paper doesn't take all the ink, so it probably stays on real well. It does take marker really well, but I just don't know how you would put marker behind this. Maybe the quick dries, I don't know. So it doesn't have to be perfect, obviously. We're just getting something down on the back, okay? And that's to begin that one. I have quite a few little things here. So I hope you guys like this. I think it'll be fun. Okay, so that's that one. I do want to bring out maybe a watercolor paper. No. Yeah. Let's bring this one out. I'm going to bring this one out because I need to do things separately. And another thing I have here that I've been wanting to try is my Elizabeth Craft watercolors. So these are on sale on one of the links I had noticed. So anyway, like I said, I'll have them there and do whatever you like to get them. But this I thought was so pretty. I just like the way it's set up. So this is their new watercolor pan. And I'm surprised that Elizabeth herself, or Els, hasn't really talked about it too much or really shown it that much. But this is a little pellet that comes in it, which is really nice. I think that's really generous, really cute. You can put it in the lid here. You can put it on the side here, wherever, you know, you like it over here, because as you're working, you can, and you know, do the thing. And I think it has a little handle, yeah, underneath. It has little things so you can hold on to it a little better. But for me, if I was, let's say, outside, you know, because once I start learning things really well, and I'm going to paint some birds, no, I'm just kidding, I would hold it with my finger in that little hole and then work over here, because to me this is easier than way out here, right? You're getting some support from your arm. I don't know if you can see that. And it's relatively inexpensive for as many pans as you get, so it's a really cute set. And then it has a little sponge, so if you're, you know, you got your brush and you fill it up with water, of course, and you put it in here. Now you're using it, and let's say you're going in between colors, you're doing your little mixing, and you want to clean it off, just kind of give it a squeeze and wipe off on these little sponges, or use the sponge for texture. You can do whatever you want. Obviously, they're there for you to do whatever you like. I'm not going to dirty up my pen right now because I just don't want to, but I'm going to bring out, actually, where's that wash brush? My Vicky Button brushes. And on this one, this is watercolor paper, and I believe this is the cheap, not the cheap, this is the premium Craft Companion watercolor paper that I had a hard time with doing some of the things that we normally would do with something like that. So, just so you know, let me move this on when I sit down. Oopsie, I'm dropping all kinds of stuff. I'm not really dropping things, I'm just laying around here. It's not my favorite paper, right? I didn't want to do some of the techniques I like to do with like my brush pens. So I'm just going to wet it a little bit because I do want this color, and I don't know what color I want. I'm just going to start grabbing colors. I'm just trying to get some color down. And I want it to be soft. To be honest, I want it to be softer than even this, so I think I'm going to put more water down. Really wet this. And again, dab, 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 clean that off. And I would wash those sponges off when you're done, just so it doesn't stay on there. What is this, the purple? And again, you can even get some of this color, go onto your mat, give it a squeeze, get some more water coming out, and then come over and use that however you want. I'm just trying to get color down. Yeah. I think that's pretty good. That's all I want, just a little something. So pretty. Ooh. Okay. And my pet peeve is when it starts dripping the way it's dripping. But I will take my heat tool and dry this so we can move on. Because we gotta get to that gesso, and that's gonna take forever. I'm keeping it kind of far away. It's going to take a minute because I don't want it to spread the color around. See how the water is just, I would like it to pool up, but not to run. It's not my favorite. So I'm keeping it kind of high up. And I will be right back. So I want to show you, I was just being very patient and just kind of staying over that. And I really like the way it kind of gives like an alcohol ink kind of look. But if you don't want that, you know, you can dab it, you just let it blow around and move, and it will dry differently. But I just wanted to show you kind of how I am doing it so you can get that kind of effect. Again, I just don't like when it runs off the sides and then has like a line coming off this way. I try to avoid that. So I just staying high up with my heat and just kind of hitting it here and there. And I can see I missed a couple little sections. I'll just turn it up now because at this point it doesn't matter. And I'm gonna get close, but if you keep it far up, you're not moving the water, you're just kind of evaporating it. So pretty. I'm gonna put this to the side to let it keep drying a little more while it's just sitting here, but what a pretty background just already. And you can do this on a card, you know. Okay, I'm gonna bring this guy back. Well, actually, first what we're gonna do is make some... Oh, I didn't go get my angled one. I'll use this one for now. Like I said, these are from the dollar store. This one is not from the dollar store, but actually it might be. I don't think it is. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to get some of this, and you can see kind of like a little scoop of it. I don't know. And then I want, okay, I'm going to use on this one. I want to make a bright pink, kind of like I did before. So on these Vicky Button ones, we have this bright pink back here. And this color, this one is, I'm trying to see the name. It says VB Set 1. Oh, that's so funny that day. I'm telling you, I haven't used these in forever. And I'm like, they don't have a name. They don't have a name because they have numbers. So sorry, guys. So I have 1, 3, and 5. And I think 4 is in the other. So I'm putting down quite a bit, as you can see. It depends on how much you want to pigment this, or tint this, should I say. And it's just art crayon. I'm sure you can do the same thing with gelatos. You can do with anything that you can get down like this. I'm sure it's not a problem. And I'm just going to mix. Hopefully you can see I'm scraping it in there. And once you get to where it... And I didn't even mix it thoroughly. I kind of left it so that it's a little bit streaky. Like if you want to use it just like that. And so when you use it, it's going to be kind of striated like that. The colors is really nice. Maybe I'll do it for this time. And then for the next one, I'll mix it in a little better. I don't know. Just add, I kind of like it to blend completely, but we can try. I just don't want it to be too white. Maybe put a little more color. And I'm a bit generous with these because, to be honest, I've had these for how long and I've never really even used them, so might as well use them up. And again, if you have not palette knives, look at that. I wish I had. I don't have anything like that around here, which is weird. I always have something sitting around here that's like a card, especially when I used to do scraping with my nails for the nail art stamping. Huh. But anyway, just an old card. Just use the edge of it. Like, let's pretend this is my card. I'm just scraping with it, you know? It'll work. Okay. And so yesterday I pulled out this stencil, and I thought it was kind of fun. It came in one of my Crafter's Companion bundles. I think it's from Imagination Crafts. And I'm going to turn it this way just so I can sit in here. And I just picked an area that I thought was pretty, but I'm going to put more of it this time so that more will show up. Oh gosh, can you guys see what I'm doing? I hope you can see. Because I'm just going to pick some of this up. Like I said, I'm going to leave it kind of streaky. We'll see what happens. And I'm just holding this down. Oh yeah, I'll do like that. And I'm just going to come in here and scrape it across, obviously, the stencil. And I'm using my hand to keep the stencil down. Again, it would be easier if I wasn't on camera. Trying to get this down as well as I can. It's because I had to show you guys kind of put this up here. Last time I used it, I put it down here lower, so it's out of my way. Alright, I'm just going to lift this off. Ooh, I love it. And I don't know where to put this thing. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, put it on your hardwood floor. That's a good idea. No, there's some other thing down there, so I stuck it down there with it. Okay. So hopefully you can see that. And it's kind of tinted pink. And then with that little squish that we did. And here, because I wasn't holding the stencil too well, it just kind of made a mess, but that's okay. And then all I did was take the extra. And I just scraped some around. Now, if you want to make sure that your other pages don't get stuff on it, you can put like a piece of typing paper or something in the back to kind of protect stuff. But I just kind of held it up. I didn't really care. And just get some on here. You know? Just kind of artsy. Scrape it on there. And if you don't care, you know, take some, put some on another page or whatever. If you have other pages that you want to use this up. Or just get rid of it, throw it away. But we hardly ever do stuff like that, don't we? Okay. So that one I'm going to leave to the side. Sorry guys, I know it's hard to... I'm going to put this down for a while, and then I'm going to hit it with my heat tool. Now that, you do want to stay up above it, kind of far away with the heat tool, because it will start bubbling. And if you like the bubbling, that's cool. I mean, it's just more texture, whatever. I would normally clean this up really well. I guess I'm going to have to. I will be right back. I think I'm going to use a baby wipe because I have some baby wipes sitting right here, and I'll be right back. Okay. I guess I just want to show you. It's just baby wipes from the Dollar Tree. Like... cheapy little things, but since this is gesso and it'll act a little bit funny for a minute. Okay. Alright, I'm not going to be too crazy about this. I'm just going to clean that off in a second, and then I'm going to use like this teal color from set 1. And like I said, teal color. It's Mermaid Lagoon. It sounds very pretty. It's more blue than teal. I guess the other one next to it is more teal, huh? Maybe I'll grab some of that too. And again, this is a little bit dirty, but I'm just going to reach in here and get some of this. And I'm going to blend this in. And I'm going to blend it in better, right? So it's more tinted than the other one where I left it kind of streaky. And like I said, maybe I'm going to include some of this teal color in there. Why not? Okay, and I will be right back, because this is basically the same thing I did with the pink, but I'm just going to keep mixing it until it's more well blended. Okay, so that's about as much blending as I want to do. And I am going to take my card here, and I'm going to take this, again, clean off that brown, just wipe it down with, oopsie, with the baby wipe here. Now this one's tricky because it has a lot of little letters and little stuff, so I'm going to keep it as flat as I can. And again, this is just kind of have fun, so I don't care how it turns out. And I'm always curious like to do sideways, but I don't know, for this one I just like to keep it up and down. Okay, so I'm just going to keep it straight up and down. And just start up in this top corner and kind of... And it's not perfect, as you can see. I'm not putting it everywhere. I'm just scraping whatever and just letting it... Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, this is going to take me a minute to clean up. Again, we have extra on our little palette. Look how pretty. You guys, I mean, come on now. I like the way it looks kind of clean. I don't want to put this on here. I was going to wipe it on here, but... You know, you can use it on something else, or like I said, just clean it up and toss it out. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do, and I will be right back. Okay, so I put away my glass mat because I think we're done with like that kind of stuff. Definitely wash off your palette knife, wash your stencils with water like immediately as soon as you're done. I don't use soap or anything like that. I just rinse it off, because what's the point of gesso, guys? It helps you bind to paper, right? So that you can paint on it and do all that stuff. So like it wants to stick to whatever the heck you put it on. So definitely wash it off. It is water soluble to a certain point, but it'll get harder and harder if you don't wash it soon. So I'm using my heat tool here. I'm keeping it far away. I don't know if you can see. Just hitting it a little bit to help me dry this. And it's probably not gonna be as dry as I want, but we'll continue. Okay, I'll put this to the side for a minute. And I have tons of these little faces that I colored the other day, and that's kind of what I was using. Obviously, this girl's going to be in this book like a million times over. It's an Elizabeth Craft Design image. And when I say that things aren't on sale, they're on sale, but not like an extra off is all I'm trying to say. So if you want, again, check out those links there. Okay, let me see here. Are any of you guys going to the Scrapbook Expo tomorrow, the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo? I just saw an email from them that they are going to have the Florida Expo in October, which, I mean, I don't know how that works, because everyone, all the different research and doctors and all those who are saying that COVID is going to come back really bad in the fall. I mean, it hasn't really gone away. So, and actually it's getting worse in other spots than before. So I don't know how they're going to pull that off. I hope it'll be okay. I just, eesh, like I said, my son's school over here, all the CSU system, California State University, they're not even coming back in the fall on campus, and they already decided that weeks ago. So, hopefully it goes off, because I know that's such a pretty, I've been to that one. It's just right outside the gates over there near Disney World. It's beautiful. Gaylord Palms is an amazing place. I even told my husband, I said, we need to come back here and just stay here, like with the kids, because it had a really cool pool and all that. But yeah, I don't know. Okay. And that's when I lived in Georgia. I was able to go to the Orlando show. It was a lot of fun. Okay, so basically I'm going to use this frame. I just used a different shape in the last one, the first image I had shown you guys, or example. This is the double halo oval 3D vignette. Great price right now on Spellbinders. I'm telling you guys, I cannot believe I bought all of the Becca Feekin things, and I guess I just really wanted to get them, and I was like looking for the best price, and I'm like, well, it's a few dollars off. It's like $10. Oh, that's fine. They want 15 bucks for it right now. I cannot believe that. I know you guys, a lot of you guys have jumped on that. That's just craziness. So like these extra ones are even, you know, less expensive than that. The spine for the mini album, $12 or whatever. I was like, this is craziness. So again, I just put down some packaging tape, and I'm gonna run through that one oval just to add something. Both these pages are gonna be basically the same. I just wanted to show you guys some different things. And we're gonna cut this guy out. And this thing has a lot of intricacy to it. I didn't notice, so I'm gonna go through and peel these out. What makes it harder is the tape. Not that I didn't cut, it's just that the tape really keeps it all together. You know what I'm saying? So like I have to come through here and poke all these out. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the blue paper I just showed you. And these are both Recollections paper, just inexpensive paper, and I will be right back. Okay. So I'm going to bring this guy back. Again, these are not dry, not even close. I can see that shine. I mean, Gesso isn't super matte, but like this is too shiny in that area. You can see that. So it's going to be hard for me to really glue this down, but I will just talk about what we're going to do. Then I have this little lady. And so what I did with the other one, again, I'll have links to, you know, how to make the journal, the review I did with this stuff. And this was not my favorite coloring. You guys know that. And you know what? I can honestly just fix it up. It's because it went right to paper, and this was the Bristol paper, I believe. No. Oh, you know what? I don't even remember right now. We'll have to check back. It's either the Bristol paper or the Crafter's Companion stamping card. But if you watch the video, you'll know which one it is. And I went right directly to paper with the markers. And so I was just trying to use them a little bit. But now I've learned a little more about them, so I did that a little better when I showed you guys how to make the little cupcake card, the twister from Art Impressions. That one came out really nice. Where is it? It's right here, actually. Let me show it to you real quick. That's another video we did this week. I know there's so many, so you might have missed some, but these were also colored directly to paper. This is just the Crafter's Companion stamping card with the same markers. The Arteza brush pens, should I say. It's not markers, but the blending came out really nice. So it was just something different. I was just trying stuff out. That's why I was wondering if this, which paper this was. I think it's the Crafter's Companion, because what I was trying to do with the other one was blend it out, because people say, oh, you should use Bristol with the brush pens, and it does not blend. You can use it like markers, you know, better, the way I showed you in that other card. Or put it on a surface and then bring it with your water pen, which I really love that look. That's pretty much how I did, how we got this one over here. Let me show you real quick again, the example that I was trying to follow right now. And look how nice and soft it looks. I really like that look. So there's that page. And then here's this one. And I have this little lady all cut out. Again, you can just dress around her. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to, you know, I'm just putting shapes and putting stuff down. Like this has nothing to do with anything. It's not like I'm going to frame her out with it, which I guess you could. I'm just going to put this in here somewhere. So that's what that's for. And then some washi. And I happened to see this one sitting over there with the rest of my washi, and I thought this one was good. And I think it works for this project too. Actually, you know what? Let me go grab a different tube of washi. I'll be right back. I'm not usually super picky or anything, but I just was looking at them like, yeah, I think I'll still use the black and white one that's in here because I like that. But I went and grabbed this tube of Recollections, like unicorn washi. Now this one, I like what it says on here, and the colors are kind of nice here, except for it starts off with unicorn, and I don't have a unicorn on here, and I think it'd be kind of random. So what I normally do is I'll pull as much as I want. Let's say to there. And this unicorn part, we can just tear it off and put it back on here. And you can use it on something else later. Right? We don't have to waste it. And on my other card, I kind of had it running down sideways here. Running. Okay, maybe I will still do that. And I'll put it on this side. Again, the gesso's still wet, as you can see. I'm just trying to do this so that we can finish it up and not have to wait for another day. I was thinking about starting this last night, but I'm like, eh. Okay, and this is just the old Create 365 set of washi. I'm going to use some of this black one. I probably should put the black one down first. Just next to that one. Boop. Wiping my hand off over here. And since I put that there, I kind of know I'm probably gonna stick my girl like here. And then this kind of oval thing behind her somewhere. Like I said, it's just something to add. It's not, you know, whatever. And I'm keeping it kind of tight because the binding is here, right? So this piece, I know it looks like, oh, it's kind of extra. It's because I'm gonna put it back in the journal, and you know, I gotta have to keep the stuff over here. So I'm not gonna stick it down right now because everything's wet and she's not gonna stay the way I want her to. So what I'm gonna do is, though, when I'm done here, is put probably some tacky glue in my little bottle, all behind this blue thing. Stick it down, and then I'm gonna put her down with some 3D glue gel or some dimensional adhesives, however you want. So hopefully, let me know what you guys think of Free Expression Friday, and if you think that's a fun thing to do. And what I'm gonna do with the other one, again, the other one's basically the same kind of thing. I'll just bring in this guy, add some washi, you know, do something different. Maybe I'll staple stuff on here. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this one up the same way. I just want to show you guys some different ideas of putting like the background and then doing your gesso, your, you know, make your own gesso colored. You can add glitter into your gesso. You can put mica powders into it. Do whatever you want. Like, you can change it up and it'll be a lot of fun. What I normally do in this, because this is my junk journal and I like to learn things, is I'll write down what I used. Like here I had Ranger archival ink and sepia, Crafts and Painting stamping paper, Melissa Francis watercolor pencils, and a water brush. And that's how I did this. So I might jot notes, but I kind of like the way it looks. And I, you know, obviously it's watercolor and colored gesso. I don't think I really need to do anything about that, but you know, I can write notes here and there. So thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, please let me know what you think. If it's just kind of a fun, freewheeling, do whatever you like, which is always do whatever you like. But I know with this one, it's just more, just get it down. Just do something, try it out. If you just did the background and come back later to do whatever you want to put on top, I mean, that'd be great too. Just a little something. And hopefully I'll have something, well, I'm planning every Friday to do this and every Wednesday to have my Busted Out series. And in between, just reviews and fun things and, you know, cards and stuff like that, like I always do. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll have, again, whatever pertinent links in the description box. And I hope you're all doing well, staying safe, staying healthy, and I will see you guys at the next one. Bye now.